Hi, I'm Candace Morgenstern from Newport Garden Club in Rhode Island, and I'm very pleased to have done two floral designs for this holiday video get-together to kind of get us out of our doldrums that we can't go to demos at this time of year. This design is more of a traditional style design. I did make a mechanic underneath the pine cones of wire and cardboard, which I glued all the pine cones to, and there's water tubes in between, which I'll show you exactly how I made it in a little bit. But I just wanted you to see this type of design first. This is something that you can use on your dining room table, mantle, foyer, wherever. The Lisianthus smooths out as a nice contrast to the pine cones, along with a couple of philodendron leaves, and I thought that added a nice texture. Also, because I did spray the base, the board silver, I added some silver stars. They're just wooden stars that I added down below and incorporated a couple of them into the design. So I hope you do like this design, and I have a second design that I've made more of a contemporary style. So let me get that, whoops, for you. You'll see my face in a minute. I'm just new at this video, trying to figure out how to do things. This is the more contemporary style design, which it's the same style. I used a lucite base, which I had cut and polished the edges. These are larger pine cones, and it's filled with water tubes throughout. I continued the line just one way, and as in the other design, because of the rough texture of the pine cones, I thought we needed something to smooth this out, which we use the calla lilies and also the Christmas baubles, which is smooth, and it also adds a lightness to the design and kind of complements the base also. So I hope you like these two designs, and I'm excited for you to see how I put it together. So thanks so much. Okay, now that you've seen the design, I want to show you the mechanics of how I put it together. I had a piece of lucite cut. It's 18 inches long by 6 inches wide by 1 inch deep. I used 16 gauge straight wire, and I drilled a hole through the lucite 3/4 of an inch deep. I don't know if you can see that in the wire, in the lucite. Attach the wire in, so it adds some really nice stability here. I then used double-sided tape across the wire. I put that through and attached some wire mesh. Just want to show that close. This is made by Oasis. If you aren't able to get that, you could always use chicken wire. That would work too. I just like to use it. You may not even need it, but I always think it's better to have extra stability and have good mechanics. If you have good mechanics, you'll end up with a good design. So to that, I've added a piece of cardboard, and I'm going to put the cardboard on either side, because to the cardboard we glue whatever you would like to use. Now in this one I'm using pine cones, as you did see. I have used it with okra. This is something that you could use with corks, or you could use with little pieces of driftwood that you can get online. Actually, it's endless of what you could use for this mechanic. It's really kind of fun. So now that I have the cardboard on both sides, I want to drill it with my Dremel and use some straight wire to just keep the pieces together, and that will add more stability to the design. So I think this is like 26 gauge. It's a bit thin, and I'll go through to the other side, the straight wire. Or you can use roll wire or paper covered wire. It doesn't matter. This is just easier to get through. So I'll do this and then just fold the wire on the other side. So I'll do this all the way down, several areas. Then I can use the U-glue dash to add the water tubes. So I like to add, there's about 18 of them, so I zigzag it. So I'll add one to the back and then another to the front. I'll do all this while you're not watching me, just to get that through. Then once that all is complete, I'll glue the pine cones to the whole area, all around, which is what I've done here. The lucite I chose to make more of a contemporary style design, and I also made another one with wood, just plain wood that I got at the hardware store. These are smaller pine cones, but I just want to show you the water tubes inside. So you can really do quite a bit with this. You don't have to fill all the holes. You could just do a little moss. You could do anything with this. It's very stable. You can turn it upside down to empty it out and clean the water tubes. So you can really have this mechanic for a long time. So thank you, and I'll do the next process and then we'll finish the film. The container is now completed. I have to say it took me a bit longer than I anticipated. The pine cones were like a little puzzle to put together. So instead of an hour and a half, I think it took 2.5 hours to put this all together. But I just want to, I do have all the water tubes in. I did use hot glue, so you have to be careful with that, and put some protective coating, either some sort of paper underneath when you're making your design. This already comes with a protective coating, the lucite, so I'll take it off now so you can have the full effect of it. Hopefully I don't make a messy job of this. Let's see, I guess I better be a bit more careful. So the lucite comes with a protective coating, which is really nice, and it's highly polished, so it has a very nice effect. Now this design can be used for a dining room table if you don't go too high, or it can be used for a mantle, coffee table, front foyer. There's a lot of possibilities with this style design. And as I said earlier, you can use it over and over again. So it does take a little time to make, but once it's completed, you'll have it forever. And it also makes nice gifts too. And you could do, if you have a long table, you could do several of them and kind of zigzag it a little bit too. So, so here is the completed container, mechanic, and it really gives this floating appearance. So I'll do the design now with the plant material that I've purchased and some from the garden. It was a real pleasure to create the designs for your Christmas calendar. I hope you enjoyed them. It was just so nice to be able to participate in this way. And I send greetings from Tiverton, Rhode Island in the United States. It's part of the New England area. And I hope you stay safe and be well throughout the season. And I'd like to introduce you to my able-bodied assistant. This is Bogart. He helped with the pine cones and he was a great inspiration. So take care, be well. Happy holidays.